Hi guys, it's Paula and I hope you are doing well. This is going to be the finale for Labor of Love It. It is a couple days late. Today is September 6th and Labor Day was actually 2 days ago on September 4th. Oops. I'm running late on everything, but this project was created by Nikelle, who is Tinkerbell Rocks over on Instagram. I will have her Instagram account linked down below. And this is a collaboration project, so I will have others in the description box for you to check out. Some of them will be here on YouTube, some will be over on Instagram. I hope you give them a follow if you're not following and supporting them already. And this has been an ongoing project for many years, I think 4 maybe. And it's a short project. It starts on the first day of summer, which was June 21st, I believe. And it ends on Labor Day every year, which again, happened to be September 4th this year. Sometimes it's a little bit earlier. Sometimes it's a little bit later. I think it's always the first Monday of September, I think. I don't even remember. Anyways, the whole point of this project is to choose 10 products that you love and enjoy them throughout this project. You could set whatever goals you want on the items. There's no theme. You just gotta love them. And I really enjoy this project because a lot of times I'm not panning products that I love, at least not initially. Or initially I think I'm gonna love them and then I don't. And at the very end, right as I'm about to finish them, I fall in love with them. Weird things happen. But this project is so short that I don't really have time to fall out of love with the products. I just get to enjoy them. And for me, in particular this year, I decided to make this like a project 10 uses. So all 10 items in this project had the goal of being used 10 times during the project. And I'm happy to report, I've accomplished my goal. I used all 10 of these products 10 times at least. So let me remind you of what products I put in this project and tell you exactly how many times I used them over the last 2.5 months or so. The first item I put in this project gets put in this project almost every year, and that is my La Vanilla Summer perfume. I love this perfume, especially in the summertime. It's one of my favorites. I didn't make any progress marks. There was only one update in this project, and I didn't bother to make any progress marks. So I know there's a glare here, but this pink line right there is where I started, and this is where I ended up in this project. Maybe not quite that much. I might be tipping it a little. Yeah, right about there. So I did use this quite a bit. I tracked 19 uses during this project. I'm also panning several other perfumes that I have other goals on, so I wasn't able to use this exclusively during this project, but I did use it 19 times, which means I met my goal of 10 uses and then some. You guys were definitely encouraging me to use this as much as I want because you know how much I love this scent, and I took your advice, so thank you. It was delightful and delicious and I loved it, but I am ready to get back to hardcore panning the perfumes that I need to be finishing this year. I think the best part of this project is that it's a bit of a mid-year palette cleanse. Like, I was able to take a break from panning the things that I've been panning for the first half of the year and enjoy these for like 10 weeks. And now I'm ready to get back to panning these things and finishing them off and getting them out of my inventory, hopefully by the end of the year. So 19 uses, loved it, enjoyed it. So glad. I'm sure you'll see this again next year. Every year this perfume seems to keep rolling around. This is the kind of perfume I would probably rebuy if I panned it because I don't want to ever be without it. It's pretty comparable to my Pacifica Indian Nectar, Coconut Indian, something like that. Coconut Indian Nectar. Those 3 words are in the title of it somewhere. Similar but different, but both great summer scents that I love so much. The next product is this foundation from Physicians Formula. Ooh, it's called the Youthful Wear Spotless in Light. This is a summer shade for me, and it's not very light. So I only pull this out in the summertime. For the most part, even with it being summer, I was still mixing this with a very light BB cream that I'm panning as well. Again, my goal was to use it 10 times, so I didn't like mark a starting point, but I did finally peel back this label and I can clearly see where I'm at with this right now. I'm more than halfway through it. And I did end up using this 14 times throughout this project. The one thing I was reminded of this product is that less is more. If I apply 3 drops of this, I can get a really nice foundation application. If I apply 4, I look very cakey and makeup-y and it doesn't look good. So I have to be very careful with this. Less is more. It is very pigmented. And even still, it's hard to find that balance. And I often felt like I looked a little bit makeup-y, but the color match for me in summer is pretty good. So I like it for the color match. I don't like it for the finish necessarily. It's not my favorite foundation. If I was to use up all of my Physicians Formula Youthful Wear foundations, which I have a couple more of these, I would not be rebuying them, but I'm pretty sure it was discontinued a while back. My most used product throughout this entire project is my IT Cosmetics foundation, Celebration Foundation Illumination Powder in medium. This was the setting powder that I used mostly throughout this project, although I did have another powder in Project 10 Uses at one point, and another powder in my Pan in Every palette. But I was able to use this 31 times, which is pretty good. I hit the 10 uses on this by the first update like 5 weeks ago. And so I set the goal of like maybe continuing to use this to the point of hitting pan. I don't feel like I'm anywhere near that point. It was a little bit of an unrealistic goal. But I did use this a total of 31 times throughout this project and I enjoyed it very much. Again, a nice summertime powder. It's a little bit too deep for me in the winter time, so I'm glad I was able to pull it out during the summer when I have a bit more color, use it, enjoy it, and start making some progress on it so that maybe next summer I can hit pan on it. The next product is this face palette from Too Faced. This is the Sugar Peach Wet and Dry Face and Eye Palette. This was one of my most recent purchases, and I bought it last year, I think. I had to have it. And I have some feelings about this palette. I did use it 11 times throughout this project. I'm wearing it today. This is the blush. I mixed these 2 blushes together. My favorite part of this palette is 1, the way that it smells. Love it. And 2, the blushes. I really, really enjoy the blushes. This shade down here is too dark to be a highlighter and too light to be a bronzer. It is its real only value in my world is as an eyeshadow, which is a shame because I don't need a pan of eyeshadow this big. This highlighter is a beautiful shade, but it is a little bit too metallic for me. We're having beautiful weather outside, so all the windows are open and people are walking their dogs and neighbors are outside talking and Kitty's freaking out. You found my keys.
No, I found these keys.
Let me see. Where did you find those?
Like in a little case. And, like that used to be right next to the lock picking kit. Oh. Hello.
You're a goof. Okay.
I think they go to the lock.
Okay, then put it back by the lock.
I don't know where the lock is, but last time I saw it, it was in one of the drawers. I think someone took it out.
I think it was you.
It was not me.
Let me try again. This highlighter is a beautiful shade. It is just a little bit too metallic-y on me. It looks a little unnatural. I've really been into the more natural looking highlights. Not that I want a dull highlight. I want it to be very bright and blinding, but I want it to blend into my skin seamlessly instead of sitting on top of my skin. And I feel like this highlighter sits on top of my skin a little bit and I really have to work to blend it out to where it's more natural. It's a little bit more high maintenance than I would prefer it to be, but it's still a really good shade. But my favorite part of this palette turns out to be the blushes, and I just kind of bounce my brush back and forth between the two and apply it. That's what I have on today, and I really like it. It stayed put all day long. I still have color on my cheeks, and yeah, the blushes were my favorite. I used this palette 11 times throughout this project. Product number 5 in this project, is it product number 5? Yeah. Product number 5 in this project is my black eyeliner from Laura Geller. This is a love. I just love this. I love a black eyeliner, and I love this black eyeliner in particular. It does a really good job of going in my waterline and staying in my waterline for a long period of time, but it's also a skinny enough pencil that it works really well on my upper lashes too. So I will smudge out my upper lashes with this as well. I managed to use this 28 times during this project. That is no surprise. There's still a lot of product left. I doubt I'm going to be able to finish this off this year, although maybe this will be an empty for this year. Honestly, I don't care if it ever is finished. It could last forever as far as I'm concerned. This is a great eyeliner. I would highly recommend it, especially with me going through the whole like withdrawal of Marc Jacobs Blacker and like being so depressed over not having access to that anymore. This has really swooped in and reminded me that there are really good eyeliners out there still. Hopefully Marc Jacobs is coming back. That's the word on the street. I think they said 2025. But in the meantime, there are really good eyeliners to enjoy. Product number 6 is my Avon Shadow Stick in Aquamarine. I cannot tell you how much I loved using this little pencil throughout this project. There is still an absolute ton of product. This is huge. But I used this a lot. Actually, I used it 13 times throughout this project, which is pretty good. I did sometimes wear it as like an eyeshadow base. I sometimes wore it as like an eyeliner. But the way I loved to use this the most was, Addie's calling. The way I loved to use this most was in my waterline. It was an awesome.
No. Mom, can I give you back after? We come to our house like in a little bit. Yeah, he told me that.
Put your glasses on. And Ron, you could turn on the TV.
Thanks.
Just turn it down.
Can I also have some gum?
I'm going to make you dinner. I want you to eat dinner soon, okay? As soon as I'm done filming this video. If I can ever get done filming this video, which doesn't look like I can because you guys keep interrupting me. I know. You're a very good brother.
One call and she goes, "What? Here goes."
I know, but what are you going to do? This was an amazing product for my waterline. It stayed put all day long. In fact, this eyeliner was oftentimes still like smudged under my lashes in the morning the next day when I woke up. Like, I washed my face before I went to bed, but you could still see this. It really stays put. It is such a great product. And I found this blue to be such an awesome shade to incorporate into my eye looks throughout the summer. I definitely used it way more than 13 times. Because I often only use this in my waterline, I would use it like 3 times in my waterline and then give myself a tally mark. Because it felt like, I don't know, I felt like one waterline use didn't earn like 1 tally mark. But I definitely use this probably more like 20 times or 30 times throughout the project. I like blue eyeliner in the summer, I guess. I will definitely have to pull this out again next summer. Now that we're getting into fall, I'm kind of over the blue. I'm ready for like browns and plums and things like that. But yeah, it was perfect for the summer and I loved it. Product number 7 was my NYX Foil Play in Happy Hippie. And I used this 11 times throughout this project. This is a super nice pigment. It used to be a little bit creamier, which I don't know how that works. That's voodoo. But it used to actually be like a cream to powder formula. It's not as creamy as it used to be, but it still stuck to my eyelid and kind of spread out on my eyelid really nicely. The most common way I used this eyeshadow was all over my lid with a peachy shade in the crease and blended out. But I also did a look where I filmed like 3 videos back to back to back, and I used this all over my lid with like pinks in my crease, and I got a lot of compliments from you guys. I think I even had a request to do a get ready with me demonstrating that eye look, so I might still pull that out, but I'm so far behind on videos. Who knows if I'll get around to it. But yeah, I really enjoyed this. I really hadn't used it much before this project. This is one of those products that had just kind of been sitting in my stash unused. And so I'm really happy that I was able to pull this out for the summer, enjoy it, and get to know it better. I think this color would be a really nice fall color as well. It's got that kind of oliviness to it that I think makes it a great shade for summer and fall. So yeah, maybe I don't know. I don't think I'll put it in another project, but maybe I'll keep it around for a little bit longer in the bathroom. Product number 8 was Top Yacht from Tarte. This is another product that I didn't track all of my uses on. I have 13 marked down for this as well, but I think it's probably more like 20. A lot of times I only counted it as a use when I used it as an all over lid shade, but if I just used it as an inner corner highlight, I didn't give myself credit for it. But I used this a ton throughout this project and I really enjoyed it. This, for some reason, I really thought that this line of products from Tarte was going to last a lot longer than it did. I feel like I blinked and these were gone, and I really regret not picking up more of these when they were still being sold. I really wish I would have gotten Frosé. I have this shade in Top Yacht, and I have a red one called Fire Thrower or Fire Starter or something like that. But I wish I would have grabbed a few more of these because they are a really, really nice formula. And I did get a little dip. Did you see my dip? I did get a little bit of a dip throughout this project using this because I had only used it a time or two before this project. It was pretty much brand new. So I have a little bit of a dip going and I really enjoyed it. This is an amazing inner corner highlight. I have it on today as my inner corner highlight, but it also looks great all over the lid. It's a beautiful, beautiful product, and I don't know why Tarte got rid of them. They're amazing and they were hyped up. So I don't know. If any of you guys know why Tarte discontinued those, I'd like to know because I think they're an amazing product and I wish I could get more. I think one year, and I don't know if it was last year or the year before, Tarte released some of those, like a 3-pack at the holidays. And if they do it again, I don't know, maybe I'd pick them up if they ever re-release those chrome paint pots because it's a really nice formula. Gorgeous product. I think they're on par. I've never tried the Hourglass or the Charlotte Tilbury products, but it has to be on par with Hourglass and Charlotte Tilbury. I mean, the quality is just outstanding for those. They're so good. Okay, product number 9 was my Kylie Cosmetics, whatever. I don't know what I'm trying to say. The lip liner in Dirty Peach. You guys have heard me say this before. This is one of my all-time favorite lip liner colors ever. There's something about this smoked dirty peach shade that just really works well for me. I love it. It's a really nice shade. I only used it 10 times throughout this project, but this is a product that never leaves my bathroom. And as somebody who, as a rule, generally does not keep items in the bathroom unless it's in a project, for this to be forever in my bathroom is really saying something. And sometimes I go months without using it, but when I need it right in my hand. I need it right then. And I'm always happy when I could find it. I did sharpen it a couple of times throughout this project, so I am really glad. Okay, ambulance. I'm really glad to have been able to enjoy this and use this and get some more use out of it. Hopefully I will be able to find a dupe for this one day when this is gone. Because I'm not buying another Kylie lip kit. I hate her. I'm not a fan of her liquid lipsticks, and it's not worth it to me to buy the full lip kit for just the lip liner. But hopefully I could find a dupe for that someday. And my final product in this project was my Tarte Maracuja Juicy Lip Plump in the shade Poppy. This was another product that I'd never used prior to starting this project. It's actually a relatively new product to my inventory. And for somebody that's on a low buy, that's really saying something. But yeah, I had just bought this within like the last 6 months, and I put it in this project, and I'm so glad I did. I marked 13 uses on my paper. I suspect it's a few more than that. This was something that rolled around in my purse throughout this project, and so I think there were more uses of this that I didn't remember to tally when I got back home. But I really enjoyed this. I did discover that when it is hot outside, it doesn't melt. It stays in the tube, but when I go to apply it, too much product applies. I really prefer using this product in the winter when it's a little bit firmer and I can get a thinner application on my lips, because there were a few times when I went to go apply it and I was like, oh, and then I had to like mash it around and like spread it back out and like push it around to get it like evenly spread out on my lips. So yeah, you have to be careful with these Tarte Maracuja Juicy Lip Plumps, because when it's hot out, these get a little soft. But other than that, I absolutely love this product. I love the color, I love the smell, I love the formula, I love how shiny it is, I love how sheer it is. This is a favorite. I'm glad to have it. And I'm glad I, was able to put it in this project and have the excuse to use it and enjoy it throughout the summer, because I really did. And that is everything. I think this project was a pretty good success for me. Having a usage goal feels like a little bit of a cop-out, but again, this project is so short that I don't really like to set any like major goals, because I'm so slow at panning that I need more time than 10 weeks to meet any significant goals on a project. So project 10 uses for this project was, I think, a good idea. I think it worked out pretty well for me. So I was able to use these products throughout the last 10 weeks, 10 times, and I enjoyed all of them so much. I can't wait for this project to come back around next year. I can't wait for summer to come back around next year. Summer's ending and I'm sad. Summer's my favorite. So looking forward to next year already. Only 11 more what do I got? 10 more months to go? 9.5? Oh boy, I can't wait. Anyways, that is it for this video. That is it for this project. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. Don't forget to check out everybody listed down below, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.